It is Wednesday, September 15th, and the Meeples are gearing up for Gen Con 2021. Really excited about getting to go and check out all the board games and artists and authors and RPG stuff. It's going to be a good weekend. I'm just hanging out here waiting for Callahan to bring the car, and then we're going to go pick up our buddy Colin, and we're going to hit the road. Alrighty, we are officially car bound. We have actually been on the road a couple hours at this point toward Indy. Stopped for lunch at a Subway. Callahan got swindled by the local Illinois Casey's.
It's true.
Something like 24 cents a gallon difference, but within a 5-minute drive of the gas station we forgot to stop at. So that was great. Say hi, Callahan.
Hi! I'm driving.
You're doing good. Colin's hiding in the back. There he is, peeking over. Yeah, we've got another 4 hours on the road or so. We're going to continue driving through the Midwest till we arrive at downtown Indianapolis. Very exciting. Looking forward to hanging out with James from Kobold Cultist later, hopefully, and also going out to grab some food whenever we get there, and then resting up for the big event tomorrow. Callahan's also excited. Colin probably is too, you just can't see him. It's fine. So we made it to our hotel. We did it. It's actually pretty nice.
It is. The location is even better.
Just do a quick little circle. Pay no attention to the ring light behind me as I go into the shadow realm for a moment.
Shadows.
But yeah, drive was pretty solid. Parking was slightly weird, but we got it figured out. And now we unpack and relax after sitting in a car for hours.
Sitting. Lucky bastards.
I mean,
Colin even got a nap.
he did.
I did now. It was great.
And now it is Thursday. We go to breakfast and then Gen Con. Well, breakfast was successful, and now we are off to the convention center to go meet up with Phil and Heather briefly before we split up and go do our own things in the exhibition hall. Should be a good time. Apparently Phil's doing a dice throwing tournament this morning that James from Kobold Cultist, who we got to hang out with last night, thinks he's going to beat him at. Anyone who has played dice games with Phil knows better. As Callahan said,
He won't.
he will not. It's not a thing that's going to happen.
He won't. He'll try.
He'll try real hard.
Yeah.
I can't tell if I'm looking at you.
Yeah. No, you are. You got it.
Okay.
It'll be an effort.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It'll be funny if someone manages to catch the experience. Well, looks like we are able to get into the hall now. Pretty good crowd, all things considered. Should be a good time. Don't know how much I'll be able to film in the actual haul, so if not, check back in tonight. So we found Phil, and it looks like he's playing a game called Dodo's Riding Dinos, and it looks awesome. And I will zoom out so that you're not completely in the... Oh, look at that.
Don't reveal your cards until everyone has respects them.
He's getting ready to play a game, so we won't bother him too long, but that looks super cool.
Hey guys.
We are outside grabbing a quick lunch break. We stopped at Steak and Shake. Callahan, I think.
Hello. Yeah.
Okay. I can't see you. There you are.
I'm in there.
I can't see
You're
the
not in
glare.
there anymore.
That's fine. I wasn't supposed to. We stopped at Steak and Shake. We got some food. I bought a bunch of books from some awesome authors in the exhibit hall. Looking forward to wandering back and maybe picking up a little more art before the day is out. Stopped by the Mark Poole booth, which was a treat. He has a bunch of really good looking metal prints of some of his more popular pieces for Magic the Gathering cards. So looking forward to picking up a piece or two to add to what I'm going to be hanging up when I get home. What about you? Did you get anything cool? Or are you waiting until later to buy?
I got the expansion pack for Mountain Goats, Sequoia, and GPS. I got the new board game from BoardGameTables.com. And I cannot remember the name. Sabuka something? It's a game where you're pushing various pieces onto a table trying to push other players off and collect the other tokens. Kind of like one of the quarter push games that you can play at a carnival.
Oh, okay.
But looks interesting enough that I think it'll stream well, but I can also play it with my kids. They'll be able to pick up on what they need to do pretty easily. And so yeah, I threw them some money.
Seems decent. That was a heck of a day. A lot of walking. I'm real tired. A lot of cool stuff was bought. Bought lots of art, which was awesome. everybody's very tired, so we're hanging out at the hotel for a bit and unwinding and hoping that feet stop hurting eventually. Awesome day, though. We basically covered the whole exhibit hall today, which I wasn't expecting to be able to do, so it was kind of cool that we were able to do that so that we could spend the rest of the weekend doing events and demoing board games. Looking forward to seeing what tomorrow brings. Well, it's Friday morning. We are grabbing some breakfast. Actually, this hotel is pretty cool in the fact that they switch up the breakfast items each day. So that's kind of cool.
And they're good.
And they're good, yeah. Food was good. And apparently today is the cosplay costume contest, according to Callahan.
Yep.
So hopefully we'll see some more cosplayers today. We did not see very many at all yesterday. And beyond that, I think we're all just kind of splitting up to do our own separate things. All of us pretty thoroughly covered the exhibit hall yesterday. So today is probably going to be seeing if there are any cool events that are on the event calendar and wandering around to demo board games, which is a pretty okay day. Now caffeine and going out to play more games.
You should buy more art.
I might buy more art. Alright, after roaming the exhibit hall a bit longer and buying more art, I'm hanging out with James here in the free play area, and we're playing Cinder, which is a dragon dating sim game. See if we can get a look at some of the art here.
Ooh. I want to be the Shrek looking guy. No, I lied. I want to be the unicorn.
As I say, unicorn was a close pick for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, the art for this game is wild.
Well, I mean, you're not even showing the actual dragon pictures. Look at these guys. Oh, yeah, baby.
Gotta make sure I get them without the glare. There we go.
You want to date a dragon that's actually the universe?
Yes. Alright, we have survived another day at the con. I know I went and took at least one nap this afternoon, as one does. Now we are getting food at a ramen place called Way. Should be pretty good.
Today,
Make sure it's looking good.
I needed the food in my face. I need that.
That's fair.
I did get to play Raccoon Tycoon, which I really enjoyed. Phil already owns it though. Tomorrow I'm going to try to sit in on Lizard Wizard. I played a nice game called Galapagos. Yeah, kind of an alley versus Galapagos. I've played a number of Hatchet games and stuff. They have some different wood variation ones. Got an auction bidding system game. I played that. That was something new. It was fun. But I need to eat.
Dinner was awesome. So now we are leaving the hotel room again, and we're going to head next door to where we're staying to check out Moonshot Games, who's actually a game shop that has elected to be open 24 hours a day every night of the con, which is awesome. So we're going to go check out what they've got going on. I'm sure there's a lot of pre-releasing going on for Innistrad right now. Curious to see what all they've got. A successful trip was had. I bought some Throne of Eldraine, and Colin went with me and bought some.
Go this way.
Yeah, there you go. You bought some Japanese Ikoria. See if we can crack one of those fancy Godzilla cards.
Hoping for Mothra.
Ooh, that would be a good one. Alright, well now that we've not pulled anything amazing out of our packs of cards, we are going to go see a saucy puppet show that James has talked up a lot this weekend.
A lot.
Hopefully, he lives up to the hype. I guess we'll find out. So, obviously, James was right about the hype for this puppet show. I don't know that we're going to get in.
A lot of people like puppets.
A lot of people like puppets. We were not the only ones lured in by promises of saucy puppet shows. Not even remotely close. Alrighty. It is now Saturday. We're just grabbing some breakfast before heading out to decide what we're going to do for the day. I know we were thinking about doing a steakhouse for dinner, but the event calendar looks a little bland today, so I'm not sure what all we're going to end up doing. Other than roaming the exhibit hall, demoing more games. Colin and I were thinking about doing a Commander Legends sealed event at 9 tonight, but we'll see whether that materializes. Do you have any big plans for the day, Callahan?
I'm going to try to get in on Lizard Wizard. I think there was a Lords of Waterdeep tournament too.
There was one that started at 8 this morning, but
well, then
I believe there might be another, though. They've been running them all weekend.
Yeah.
The coffee here is not amazing, so I've been energy drinking for my caffeine.
Yeah.
Oh no, hit a camera. Yeah, that camera's not turning to look at you. It is too much work.
It's okay. Yeah. It's fine. They know I'm here.
They do. They can hear you. So yeah, we're just kind of figuring out what exactly is going to happen for today. Also, the Saucy Puppet Show last night was hilarious and well worth. James's recommendation was on the money. There was a huge line of people yesterday who had actually bought tickets for it, and then there was this small cell of us that were shepherded off to the side for being the naughty children who didn't buy actual tickets, hoping we could get in. We did. There was plenty of room.
I don't know if I'd go with plenty of room.
I mean, if it were at full capacity, it would have been plenty of room. They were trying to social distance, but trying is kind of the name of the game there. But I think I'm going to grab a little more to eat, and then we are going to head out and hit the con for day 3. So Colin and I are starting the day trying out Shobu, which was a game that we had looked at trying on Thursday. It looks like it's an awesome little 2-player game, so we're going to give it a look. Alright, it is about midday on Saturday now. Colin and I have gone and gotten some ice cream to tide us over until we go to Fogo de Chao later for all the steak. I bought a bunch of board games. Colin bought a few things too. And since we have to check out of our hotel tomorrow at 11, we're probably going to do any last-minute shopping or spending of event tickets today, just so we don't have to do more than we have to tomorrow morning before we take off. Should be a good time, though. Colin was going to go do a couple Magic drafts, I know, and I'm probably just going to continue wandering the expo hall because taking the time to actually look at things a second and third time has actually led to some awesome new discoveries today. And I know Callahan and Phil also played Lizard Wizard today. Heather sent a picture of them playing. So I'm looking forward to hearing whether that game was any good, whether it held up to the more complicated Raccoon Tycoon description that I was given on Thursday. Alrighty, it is Sunday. Sunday's going to be a real short day for us, but yesterday was exciting. We did not end up going to get steak because we went to Fogo de Chao and they told us that it was a 3-hour wait, and Callahan was wasting away next to us. And the rest of us were also really hungry, so we elected instead to go to an Italian place, which was extremely chaotic, but the food was good.
Technically, we elected to call St. Elmo's to get a steak there.
We did try that first, and St. Elmo's was just fully booked, so we gave up on steak and then went to the Italian place. That is correct. And it was good food, but it wasn't steak, so we left full but slightly disappointed. But in fairness, we didn't call ahead, didn't think it was necessary. Probably could have put two and two together if more than one brain cell had been spent thinking on it, but I know I sure as hell didn't invest that brain cell. So we did that, we wandered back to the hotel, we were super sleepy and just basically passed out. So now for Sunday, we are taking care of our last minute business. The hall opens at 10. It's a little after 9 now. So we're going to get over there. We're going to take care of our last minute business between 10:30. I have to go pick up my Squirrel Sanctuary art piece from Steve Vargile's booth. And was thinking about checking out the Call of Cthulhu books one more time to see if I was going to convince myself to pick those up. And then we're going to load up the car because we have to check out at 11, and then we are going to hit the road and head home. But since we're here, what were your favorite things about Gen Con, guys?
Games.
Games?
Forbidden games in particular really stole the show.
I'm going to turn the camera so I can see you.
There we go. The Forbidden Games booth, I spent a lot of time demoing their games and bought some of them that I had not. It also turns out that BoardGameTables.com makes games that I need because of their simplicity and it doesn't take an hour for us to play. So that's where I put my money this year, or am going to put my money this year. Today, my decision comes in going back to look at Raccoon Tycoon because all they have is a standard edition, and I don't know exactly what comes in there. So I can get that for $20, which is a great deal for the fun of the game that I had. But there's a deluxe version out there that I can buy for exorbitantly more that has some extra pieces and tiles and expandability and makes it a 6-player game instead of a 4-player game. And I'm going to have choices to make. They'll eventually have the expansion reprinted in some form, but do I want to wait? I don't know.
Fair enough. Colin, did you want to go over your favorites, or?
Sure.
And up to you.
I know I'm on camera. I'm too tall, but
And
You're too tall.
there we go.
so my favorite was on Friday. I went with a buddy of mine named Dan and talked to a bunch of magic artists and had some really cool and interesting conversations and got cards and playmats signed and learned quite a bit about how magic art is made and purchased. Then we bought some art, which was great. Braden brought more than I did. Bought more than I did.
I bought too much art. I regret none of it.
But I also regret none of the art that I purchased. And I agree with Callahan about board game tables. Those games look sweet. And they also make cool bags, which I bought one of because I need one in my life.
Sit that in front of me here, and my favorite game of the con was easily God's Forge. Like, it was a game that I stumbled onto on Saturday when I was going to go look at Dice Titan because I had seen the sign for it and was like, I'm going to go check this out. And then I got distracted looking at Battletech stuff, and then I came back on Saturday and they were sold out of Dice Titan, but they had God's Forge, so I agreed to do a demo, and a group of us gathered. We had a 4-player game, and it was sweet. Like, it's a fairly fast-paced game. You're drawing cards, you attack players to the left, and you're trying to basically be the sole surviving wizard in control of the last source of magic in the world. Plays very quickly. I am certain you will see us stream this soon, because it is simple to learn, very fast-paced, and a lot of fun. Overall, the con was actually really well done. Like, the mask mandates were very well enforced throughout. Like, I personally didn't see a single person without a mask in the hall, and even people like at vendor booths saw maybe 2 to 3 instances, and security basically already knew who they were on site. So, it was pretty well handled. I do wish that they had used the entirety of the convention hall space to spread booths out a little more. I realize that would have made logistics super complicated, so I get why they didn't do it. But by the same token, they absolutely had the room, and it would have made things a little easier as far as trying to social distance, but in all honesty, everybody was super polite, everybody was super conscious of one another. I don't think I had a single negative interaction with anybody all weekend other than the occasional accidentally bumping into someone, which just happens. And there were enough fewer people this year that it was super easy to get around the exhibit hall. Like, super easy. You did not have to try hard at all to get from one end of the hall to the other. Which was awesome because it made it easy to make a second and third pass, to actually take your time and look at some of the things that you might have skipped over on your first pass. I discovered a lot of fun stuff on Friday and Saturday that I wouldn't have discovered otherwise. Beyond that, I have a ton of art, I have books, I got to talk to some cool authors. The author and artist areas were easily my favorite areas of the con overall, just because they had the most unique stuff, because you actually got to talk to the artists and the authors, and they had some of the more unique con-exclusive stuff, because you're not exactly going to be able to walk up to an artist any other time of the year and get a piece signed by them. So that was super cool. Got to meet Mark Poole and Steve Argyle and Jason Ankle. Got pieces from all of them. There were other artists I got to chat with as well. I got to chat with the young woman who did the cover for the Gen Con program book. Her art is gorgeous. I highly recommend checking it out. I'll get her name on the screen because it eludes me at the moment. I apologize. And yeah, it was just super fun. Like, I had to ban myself from buying more art after I bought 2 pieces from Steve Argyle on Friday. I was like, no more art.
Gunblade.
No, I'm not buying a Gunblade. Stop it. I could buy a Gunblade, because there was a cool booth that had replica versions of World of Warcraft and anime and video game weapons, and it was super cool to look at, and apparently, by committee consensus, as I was not on that committee, it was decreed that I should buy a Gunblade. And no, I don't need that. I'm not attached to Squall as a character. I am not in need of that in any capacity. No.
But did you buy the OK Boomer game?
I did not buy the OK Boomer game either, because I would like to survive my Thanksgiving with my family.
Our patrons asked you to do it.
The patrons that asked me to do it were my siblings. No.
I find it amusing.
I know you do.
You could buy it and not take it to Thanksgiving.
That
would have
you could buy it for one of them
appeased
as
the
a gift.
patrons. There you go.
I
Make
also
sense.
suck at trivia, and it's a trivia game. So, no. Sorry, patrons. Sorry, siblings. You're going to just have to rely on the old tricks to start family drama this year. But that's basically our plan. I mean, basically, we're going to be out of here a little after 11. We're going to drive the 6 hours home. I'm going to steal Callahan's time at some point to hang up artwork. And it's going to be great. So thanks for watching the vlog. This is my first attempt at putting something like this together. Hope you all had fun. Please feel free to leave comments, feedback down below in the comments. And if this goes over well, maybe I'll do this again.
If you like what you just saw, please support us by hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel for more great gaming content.